What's up, Coug Nation? Welcome to a new episode of Coug on the Clock. I am your host, Mason Fishel, aka Fish, and I am here with
Brandon Willman.
Awesome. Welcome to the show. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's get right into it. All right, our first topic is the World Series just concluded. The Astros won in 6 games. It's very unfortunate. I hate the Astros with all my heart. You got any thoughts on
I'm
it?
so sad. I thought they had it after Game 3. I'm like, the Phillies have this. I even told Sam from Daily Evergreen, I'm like, I'll write a Bryce Harper column. Like how much he fulfilled his prophecy.
Yeah.
And then they lost, and I was like, well, I'm still writing a column. It's just gonna be an Astros hate column.
It's the Astros hate column. Oh yeah, for those who don't know, he's the writer of the Daily Evergreen. So
Shout out Evergreeners.
yep, there it is. But yeah, the Astros. I mean, I just want to do a quick recap of the series. Both the Astros and the Phillies took one apiece the first 2 games in Houston, and then the Astros took the 2 out of the 3 in Philly. I thought the 3 games in Philly were the deciding factors of that game. If either team got 2 out of 3, they were going to win.
Yeah, I think if the Phillies had gotten the second win, they probably would have clutched it out, especially if it was Game 4 and they had the 3-1 lead. And I just can't believe they go from breaking records with their home runs in game 3 to getting no hit in Game 4.
I was just going to talk about that.
That's crazy.
So here are the first 4 games were historic. So Game 1, Phillies come back from being down 5 runs and they win. Game 2, Valdez had an amazing game, pitching 6 innings, only giving up 1. And then Game 3, the Phillies tied the World Series record for most home runs. And then Game 4, Astros combined no-hitter. Was that the first time in history, I think?
I think second World Series no-hitter,
Second
if
World
I'm not
Series?
mistaken.
Okay. But yeah, very historic. Also, Jeremy Pena, congratulations to you. You won the World Series MVP.
The one of the only 2 Astros players I've actually enjoyed watching this season.
Yeah, he was actually really good.
He's exciting to watch.
Yeah.
And I was sad to learn that he was 25, so I'm like, I want to see him for a couple more years.
Yeah.
But he's already kind of entering his prime, which is also exciting.
Exactly. He's totally going to be the future of the Houston Astros.
Yeah.
And then
I wanted to talk about the Phillies breaking another record, most strikeouts in a World Series, and they did it in just 6 games. 71 over 6 games. It makes sense for the team. They're a very power, boom or bust hitting team.
Yeah.
But 71, how are you going to try to win a World Series with 71 strikeouts over 6 games? Especially when one of those games you were facing a pitcher tipping his pitches in Lance McCullers Jr., where you broke the home run record.
Yeah. That's insane, dude. And then Dusty Baker. Congrats to him. Finally getting a ring as a coach. He won one with the Dodgers, I believe, in 1981? Anyway, yeah, he won a ring with the Dodgers as a player, and then he had to wait 20, 30 some odd years for him to, actually probably 40 years, I don't know.
1981 was
1981, yeah. And then he finally gets a ring as a coach. And I think that is all the time we have for this topic, so let's move on. All right, our next topic, NBA season. Got anything to start us off with?
My first one, I don't really know if it's a hot take because they're 9-0, but Milwaukee Bucks, they're breaking the win record. They're going to break.
They're going to do
it?
They're
going to go, I think, 75-7.
75-7?
I mean, Giannis is going to win MVP. What?
Yeah.
Because he's averaging 32, almost 13-5 on good splits. Well, not shooting great from 3, but when does he ever? His efficiency rating is 33.4, which is one of the best in the league. And the fact that they're 9-0, I mean, they're a great regular season team. So I think they break the win record. He wins MVP, but I don't know if that's really a hot take.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a cold take, to be honest. But I mean, not if Luka Doncic has something to say about it.
Okay.
I think he's leading the league in scoring right now. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Well, I know you're going to say maybe that's not a hot take, and this is not a hot take, but you're going to disagree. The Lakers are missing the playoffs.
That is not a hot take at all. That I would totally agree with that.
Yeah, but hey, preseason you said they're making the finals? How do you feel about that?
That aged very poorly, I will say. But I mean, Yeah, the Lakers need to trade Russ for them to actually improve at all. Russ
I
has
completely
been
agree.
Yeah, Russ has been building brick houses for the homeless for so long this season. It's not even funny. I'm laughing now, but it's not funny. But
I got one more.
yeah.
Heat are going to be sellers at the deadline. They're
yeah?
currently at the 10 seed at 4-6. But with Pat Riley being 77, and I mean he's getting older, but I mean he's in the front office. But I think that the Heat, they're going to keep struggling, maybe be 500, and I think they're going to try to sell on Bam, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, and hopefully Duncan Robinson.
Okay.
But there's no shot they're offloading that contract. It's way too big for a player who's kind of just 3 and no D.
Tyler Hero is the truth, I think. But also, what's going on with the Brooklyn Nets? It's a straight soap opera over there.
When it hasn't not been though. Since they signed Kyrie and KD, it's been, and then they hired Nash, and then it was like Nash is because he's friends with KD, and then KD came out and said, "Why'd they hire him? I didn't ask them to do that." I think the disconnect between the players in the front office is so disconjointed, and it's like historically bad. Like no other team has really dealt with it that badly.
Mm-hmm. And also, Kyrie Irving suspended for what, 5 games?
5 game
at least
minimum.
5 games. Yeah,
because
at least
he has
games.
that list of things that he needs to do.
Yeah.
Which is like good for the Nets, but also how many second chances is Kyrie getting? I think at this point
too many.
It's just I think off the field issues should absolutely dictate how you play or if you get to play on the court.
Yeah.
And I think Kyrie is one of the players who's signaled or like shows that like on and on again he just shouldn't be playing.
Yeah, he just straight up should not be playing at all. All right, is that
That's good for.
All right, that's it. All right, let's move on to our next topic. All right, NFL recap. What is it? Week 10.
Week 10.
It's already been 10 weeks in the NFL.
Crazy to think about it.
It's crazy. So, as you can see, I don't have my Cowboys hat on because the Cowboys had a bye week. That is my Cowboys obligated talk segment. Anyways, do you have anything else to say?
I say like the big ones, Bills and Jets. Bills got upset. Josh Allen looked pretty rough. 2 picks, no touchdowns. Barely was over 50% passing.
That Jets team is kind of legit.
I think
they're
a QB away from being a contender.
Zach Wilson could be their answer.
That's a crazy take. I think that's crazy.
He could be the answer.
Could be.
Zach Wilson, on and off the field, takes absolute dubs. But
okay, I think we all know what you're referring to.
Yes, yeah.
That's not where I was going with it. But with other QB play, Packers Lions, Aaron Rodgers washed.
Packers are dead as a team. They're dead. It's over. Packers aren't doing anything this season.
They're done.
They're done. They're selling.
Sell
the team.
If I'm Aaron Rodgers,
I want out.
I not only want out, I want to retire because I'm terrible at the football game. I think Aaron Rodgers
retire at the trade deadline.
I think he's way too conceited to lead a football team. I think he blames his receivers when a lot of it is his fault. I think he misses way too many throws and then goes, receivers are young.
You say it to a back-to-back MVP?
Absolutely. I think him going on the Pat McAfee show and then bashing his team, bashing his coach, and bashing everybody around him and not taking any responsibility is kind of crazy. At this point, I think he's too conceited to lead a team.
Interesting. Okay.
I've always been an Aaron Rodgers hater, though, so
that could also play a factor. But I like Aaron Rodgers, though. That's where we.
Let's talk about the most dysfunctional team in the league potentially, in the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Losing again to the Bengals. Gokes Bengals. Go Joe Burrow. Love Joe Burrow. Philip Walker, 3 of 10, 9 yards, 2 picks, and they were like, we're gonna go forward with him, and then Baker Mayfield comes back in. What is going on with the Carolina Panthers?
I don't know, but did you see what happened with the Indianapolis Colts? They fired their head coach.
Yeah.
And you know who's their intern head coach?
Jeff Saturday. That's a crazy hire.
Former O-lineman, back when Peyton Manning and Pat McAfee were on the team.
I think the bottom of the NFL is showing that they are the bottom of the NFL.
Oh, yeah.
I think that the NFL, more than ever, is – I think it's just, like Tom Brady said, every team is bad when he was like 500. Like every team was 500. I think he's right. I think the NFL, the quality of play, the players are the best they've ever been, but the teams themselves are as bad as they've ever been almost. Yeah. Like, no team is playing well, except for, I guess.
Maybe
Even
The Bills. I mean, no, not the Bills.
The Eagles have a
the Eagles.
cupcake schedule for 8-0 though.
That is also true.
So I feel like the NFL more than ever is just kind of like meh in terms of play.
But yeah, right before we go to our next topic, I just want to bring up the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh yeah.
Being first place in the NFC West. Very surprising, I will say, with Geno Smith having a great year so far. I think the Seahawks could win the NFC West.
Could win the NFC West? I think they will win the NFC West.
I don't know. The Niners are up there.
The Niners
and the Seahawks are probably going to...
I mean, the Niners have been dealing with injuries all season. That's not going to stop, especially when you trade for an injury-prone running back in McCaffrey. I'm a Jimmy Garoppolo hater. So I think Jimmy Garoppolo...
Shout out, Alex.
He does nothing but be handsome.
Wow.
He's just not a good
played
corner.
the handsome card?
He does nothing but be handsome. Good for him, though. Smoking hot. But...
He's very attractive.
He's not going to lead a football team past the GOAT, Geno Smith.
Well, he's led that team to a Super Bowl before.
And he lost because of a
Well,
bad
at least they
throw.
made it to the Super Bowl.
All right, let's move on.
Okay, whatever. It's fine. Fine, we'll move on. All right, our last topic, WSU Football, and also we're going to talk a little bit, we're going to take a zoom out real quick, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the college football playoff. So let's just right now talk about WSU Football.
Yes.
So this past weekend, WSU played Stanford, cutting down the trees. We beat the smart people, 52-14, absolute slaughter fest. The defense was electric.
Absolutely.
And the offense was clicking.
Finally had an all-around good game. We either were good on defense or good on offense. We were never really good at both. Like Oregon, good on offense. Wisconsin, good at defense. But I think finally we clicked. It's great timing because we finally break that three-game losing streak. And I think the big thing was our running game.
Yeah.
I think after every game, asking Coach Jake Dicker, it's like, when are we going to get that running game going? Like, we've only had 30 yards of rushing. And he was like, we got to work on it. And I think finally, Nakia Watson healthy, and it just clicked. I think 166 yards on only 16 carries.
That's pretty good.
That is just unheard of. And then we got our backup QB in.
Yeah, the backup QB.
58 rushing yards, 32 passing yards, and a touchdown. I mean, it's very small.
Yeah.
But
he also rushed for 59 yards.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He's good. He's fast. He's pretty fast. But, yeah.
And then, even looking at it, Cam Ward, only 50% of his passes, 170 yards, but we still won by 38 points.
Yeah.
That's a good win. I think the momentum, if we can beat an easy Arizona State and easy Arizona, taking that momentum in the Apple Cup will be unquantifiable.
Oh yeah, I think for especially that WSU team, that U of A game is circled on the calendars.
The Delora
revenge
game.
Yeah, the Delora revenge game. That's gonna be a good game.
I just wish it was here.
I just wish it was here too.
I wish it was here. If we could have just not played Arizona State here, I'm good. But if we would have played Arizona here, I would have been so happy.
All right.
So college football playoff.
Yeah, college football playoff. All right, you want to go first? What's your top four?
All right, so number one, I got Georgia. I think Georgia goes undefeated. I think they beat LSU, assuming LSU is the SEC, their counter. I think so. Georgia. I think Oregon not only wins out. I think they beat USC in the Pac-12 championship, and I think they squeak in. An undefeated Big 12 champion TCU, and then Michigan. I think Michigan beats Ohio State, wins the Big Ten, so I think it's undefeated Georgia, Pac-12, one loss Oregon, undefeated TCU, and undefeated Michigan. And I think out is Tennessee, LSU, USC, Clemson. Absolutely, I think Clemson's nowhere close.
I agree. So here's my top four. Number one, I got Georgia.
Yeah, of course.
Number two, I got Ohio State.
Ooh, I don't agree.
You don't agree with that?
I think they played way too poorly against Northwestern. Even with the conditions, only beating that team only beating a one-win team by 14. I don't know about that.
Whatever. But I think Ohio State Michigan game this coming up Saturday, right?
No,
is it this week?
It's 3 weeks away.
3 weeks.
They played 2 games before.
Oh, okay.
It's like the rivalry game. So when we play UW, they play.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, Ohio State number 2. I had Tennessee number 3.
Ooh, okay. I like it.
I think they're gonna win out. I think, and I don't know. They're gonna yeah, they're gonna make it to the SEC championship game.
I think they have to have Georgia lose though.
Do they?
I think Georgia has to lose, and Georgia would still hold the tiebreaker.
Oh, are they in the same division?
They're in the same division.
Oh well.
But I think a 12-1.
I still think they
can
make the
still make it
playoff,
in,
though.
even without it being a champion.
Yeah. And then number 4, I have Oregon squeaking in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not confident about TCU because I think even at 13-0, TCU Big 12 champion, I think the committee doesn't care.
I don't think they care either.
Not to.
That's why it needs to be expanded.
Not to bring up the Evergreen again, but I just wrote a college football recap, and I made a joke at the end that said it's going to be an undefeated Georgia, 3-loss LSU, 2-loss Alabama, and 1-loss Tennessee because we all know the committee's
Want those big SEC schools.
little love on the SEC. Seeing as LSU, I think they were a little higher ranked than they should have been at number 10 coming in. And Alabama, they're like, oh, we'll give that win to Alabama so they can look better. But then Alabama lost, so maybe LSU is better than I thought.
Yeah, LSU. Brian Kelly, he's been turning that stuff around.
Yeah, the cojones on that man to go for 2.
Oh yeah,
that was a
game
big
was
play.
insane. But yeah, you mentioned the Pac-12 championship. Yeah, I think Oregon can probably beat USC.
I was going to say also, though, I think if USC wins, they're not making the playoff. I think
no, they're not.
Oregon is the only Pac-12 team that has a chance because of their only loss being to Georgia. And I think it only happens if Georgia goes undefeated and beats LSU in the Pac-12 and the SEC championship. I think if Oregon's only loss is by a big margin, but to only Georgia, who is the best team in the nation, I think they can make it. But I think if USC beats Oregon, then the Pac-12 imploded because USC's loss wasn't great. They haven't looked great recently.
Yeah. Real quickly, WSU. I think WSU is probably going to make the LA Bowl, the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl.
Oh,
LA Bowl.
I think yeah. Our bowl games isn't going to be great.
We Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl last year, and then yeah.
I think we're going to play another okay team in like
Boise
Houston,
State.
Texas Tech, or something like that.
Yeah.
An team. And we'll
team.
probably lose.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, this is the last thing I'm going to say. This just happened today. San Diego State might join the Pac-12.
I saw that. I'm excited for that.
I'm excited for that. We need some teams to join the Pac-12.
That means the Pac-12 will still be a conference next year.
That is true.
That's all that really matters at this point for me. And I wish we had gone Gonzaga for basketball. Sad that they might go to the Big 10 or 12, whichever one it was. But I wish we could have snagged them because it would have made sense.
It would have made sense.
For regional.
But nothing makes sense now.
Nope.
All right, I think that is all that we have for that topic.
Went a little over.
What?
Went a little over.
Just a little over.
Just a little over.
But that's all the sports topics that we have for today. Of course, we had to embrace tradition. It is now time to announce our birthdays. Happy birthday to Y2J Chris Jericho. Yeah.
Break the wall down.
Break down the wall. Happy birthday to French Montana. Happy birthday to you. You have any birthdays?
I do. Caroline Flack, the late Caroline Flack, former host of Love Island. Rest in peace and happy birthday to you. And I don't know anybody that else that has a birthday on the night.
Yeah, happy birthday to just you three. Yeah. Anyways, that's all the stuff that we have for today. Please follow us on all of our social medias. At Wazzu Sports Network, at Wazzu Sports Net on Instagram and Twitter. Please check out our merch store.
His face is
Hold on.
the merch.
Yep. We have new merch this week, and it's your boy on the front. The Cowboys Obligate Cowboys segment. Shirts, hoodies, stickers are all on the merch store. Check the link in our bio on our Instagram. It'll take you right to the website. Get yourself some merch with my face on it and some other shows also.
Yeah.
So.
I think the only merch that matters is your face.
That is
wearing that to breakfast, lunch, dinner, classes, work,
church,
sleep,
where to church,
on my dates.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Your face will be on my body.
Thank you for that, Brandon. Oh my god. Yeah, and that's all that we have for today. I'm Mason Fishel.
And I'm Brandon Willman.
We'll see you next time, and as always, go Cougs.
Go Cougs.